Well, I'm very excited to have you on the show today. I've been a longtime fan of Wyse and certainly interested in hearing your story. I don't know too much about your background, but I know it's pretty diverse. So I'd love to just kick things off in asking you, what is your background? And I know you've had your hands in a few different types of products in the wellness space, but what incentivized you to start this one in particular?
So to start Wyse Earth, there were two main factors that at the end of because before this company I was running a health and wellness company, like a US based for company for 5 years.
Wow.
And towards the end of it, I felt like a call or urge to do something more. Even it was a device that was helping a lot of people. They have better sleep, more energy, things like that. But I wanted to do something that has even stronger impact on people. And this brought me to adaptogenic mushrooms. And the more I was like learning about them and reading various stories and following some companies, the more I knew that this is something that I want to do, something I want to be like involved in. So I was starting like my own small like MVP, minimum viable product, with the adaptogenic mushrooms, and it was quite private, small group. Not like three people knew about it.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden, a guy approached me here in Czech Republic
Mhm.
that they have a product, and they would like to help me to expand to the US market. And so I met him, and when we were discussing what it is, he told me it's honey infused with adaptogenic mushroom extracts,
Hmm.
which blew me away because for the last like 3 months I was working on something like similar. I was very early, but still, that such a strong synchronicity
Right.
occurred because no one knew that no one outside of our company knew what I was doing, what I want to pursue. And then all of a sudden, someone approaches me with this, honey infused with adaptogenic mushrooms that is working really well, and that they would like to expand to the US market. So that was the first thing.
What timing?
Yes, exactly. And then the second most important thing related to this, I would go along and start this even just with this synchronicity, because I wanted, to do something with adaptogenic mushrooms. But then my partner, a business partner, is his name is Daniel, and so he shared a story why he founded the company. And it's a
Was that with
bit of,
his sister, Uri? I heard briefly
yes,
about that. Yeah, can you share that too? Because that's such a powerful story.
yes, of course. That's what I wanted to share. So when we were discussing why he started the company, he told me, like my sister passed away uh, because of cancer. It was really fast and unexpected. No one knew she was sick. She kept it hidden from everyone. And one day someone just called me from the hospital. Your sister is in the hospital. It's not looking good. Just come here. So he came there, but unfortunately, after a couple of days, she passed away, and it hit him really hard because they were really close. And so and sometime after this, he met a guy. It was his business partner that had stage 4 cancer in various parts in his body. And he told him that he's now like cancer free. And so this, sparked curiosity with Daniel, because he has this, loss in the family, and now he's meeting someone that made it through and is cancer free. So he asked him like how did you do that? And he said, I opened and studied old books, how they were doing it, before. And he found out about adaptogenic mushrooms, and he said, so okay, so he started to collect adaptogenic mushrooms, doing extracts at home and infusing those extracts into honey to improve the potency. And at the same time, honey is a conservant, like a great conservant. So this is what he was doing, and after a couple of months, he was cancer free, which was confirmed by the doctors. So when Daniel heard this, he immediately wanted, to do something about it, because he wanted to help other people, with their chronic inflammation problem, because cancer, obesity, diabetes, all of that, the underlying condition is chronic inflammation. And as we now know, the adaptogenic mushrooms are the strongest fighters of chronic inflammation that we know of. So yeah, they got together, started a company, and then after about 2 years, he reached out to me that he would like to expand. And for me, again, these two things were a no brainer, and yeah, because I love to work in the health and wellness and help with products and supplements, like help people. So I said yes, and yeah, here we are.
Wow, that's incredible. I can certainly see that. Your passion shows through. You're right. I don't know if you know too much about my story, but my mom was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer back in 2018. So she's been dealing with that for the past several years, and she's the reason why I started this platform, Well and Strong. So I certainly have done a lot of extensive research on different complementary modalities, right, to address cancer. I'm a huge advocate of an integrative approach. And I also have read a lot of interesting facts about honey, right? Especially for our immune system. It's antimicrobial. Like you said, it addresses inflammation. But never have I ever considered combining it with adaptogens until I came across Wyse. So I think that's incredible. But for listeners who have never heard about the term adaptogens, can you just do like a high level 101 overview on what they are?
Sure. So they are a specific kind of mushrooms, and sort of like an elite kind, because not every mushroom can be called adaptogenic, and they need to meet 3 criteria. So the first one is they have to be non-toxic. Their effects have to be non-specific, and also like normalizing. They have to have normalizing effects, which is these 3 specifications to have in one, let's say, plant or food or medicine is very rare, because non-toxic means that you cannot overdose with them. And this is really rare, because, for example, even if you have like various healing herbs, you have to let's say, be cautious, with how much you take.
Right.
And this is not the case with adaptogenic mushrooms. There is, there is no, let's say, like limit how much you can take. So a couple of hundreds milligrams after 1 or 2 grams is still fine. So this is the first thing, like non-toxic. The second thing, that they need to have to have non-specific effects. That means, so for example, you have a drug for a headache or knee pain or stomach problems. So you take a drug for a specific problem, and adaptogenic mushrooms, they have this non-specific thing that they work very universally. So what they do, they lower the inflammation in the body. So, and inflammation is causing a lot of like problems and health problems. So they don't work with one single thing. They work on various levels in the body. So they are safe and universal. And the third thing is normalized. They have normalizing effects. That means that, for example, when you have coffee, it just gives you energy and boosts your your feeling of energy and things like that. But normalizing effects with the adaptogenic mushrooms, it means that they can uh, like upscale and turn up and turn down
Right.
your for example, your nervous system or your immune system, or so whatever is needed in the body. So for example, let's take as an example cacao. So you when you take that during the night or before sleep, it will calm you down. It will calm down your nervous system. But when you take it, when you take it during the day, it will boost your nervous system. So you will feel more energized. So this is one of the also very unique ways how the adaptogenic mushrooms work. They normalize. They go both ways. They normalize whatever needs to be normalized. They turn up or turn down the immune response or stress response in the body. So
Right.
this is on a high level how they work and why they are so special.
Yeah, it's so fascinating. I've heard that they are basically used as immunomodulators, right? In the sense that they help the body regulate its immune response. And again, it depends upon like an individual's immune system, right? To however much like your body needs from it, like that's what it will take. Um, I'm a huge adaptogen fan, Uri. I take ashwagandha occasionally. I take rhodiola when I need to focus, typically, pre-podcast recordings. But I am curious, which adaptogens do you use in the Wyse Honey, and how did you go about choosing those? Because as you know, there are so many.
Yes, that's a great question. So when Daniel started, uh, he flew to China
Wow,
when they have the longest history, of course, because there's the traditional Chinese medicine that has like more
so
than three
many.
thousand more than 3,000 years of history with herbs and mushrooms and everything. When we compare that to, let's say, the modern Western medicine, how long is it? Like 200 years, or I don't know, 300 years, or like
Something like that. Yeah.
yeah, something like that. But this is like 3,000. So it's a long history. So it's proven by time. So he flew to China because China is the number one producer of adaptogenic mushrooms, and there are certain areas very specific, given the geolocation and the weather and everything, where they are great conditions to grow these. And he met their traditional Chinese medicine masters. He shared with them the story, and I he told them to help him to put together blend or various blends that would help uh, with well, basically helping people that go through chemotherapy, uh, and that have like joint pains or and brain fog and digestion problems and things like that.
Mhm.
So so he wanted to put together the three various blends, and they decided what adaptogenic mushrooms will go into the blend, and at the same time they designed the ratio between them. So because it's
Wow.
not only what you put into that, but also the ratio, how they stack on each other, and what's the ratio between it. So this was designed by them, and we used in most cases like seven most known adaptogenic mushrooms like reishi, cordyceps, chaga, shiitake,
Hmm.
mitake.
Hmm.
So these are used in our blends, and in some there's hawthorn edit, or ah, I forgot now the for the detox. It's a herb that's really great for.
Is it wormwood?
Yes, sweet
Sweet
wormwood.
wormwood. Yeah, I was going to comment on that. I noticed that
Sorry.
was in the
Yeah.
detox blend. Yeah, no, that's great.
Yes.
And can you
Yes.
explain too for listeners the benefits of wormwood?
Yes. So wormwood is great, antibacterial and anti-parasitical herb, and it is, no matter what diet you have, it's always, and even for healthy people, it's always great to do like a parasite cleanse, like once a year. I would even recommend like doing enemas and things like that, because when I was back in 2012, I was struggling with my health a lot, and this brought me, to my like healing journey and health and wellness journey. And
That's how it
and I was
starts, right?
yes, and I was overweight. I had 200 pounds, high blood pressure,
Wow.
high cholesterol, chest pain, and I was in my 20s.
Wow.
So and the doctors just told me, "Hey, here are the pills. This is for the rest of your life." And yeah, I was, luckily I was starting slowly, awaken that this is not the path I want to go, and I want to, like heal myself. So just why I'm mentioning this, that I had to, of course, completely change my diet, but the enemas were one of the things that basically saved my life, and really make a huge difference. Even and I would recommend it even to like healthy people.
Yeah, so interesting. Yeah, so much stuff to unpack there. But you're right. One thing I did want to touch on too, you mentioned the different blends. So I have tried the longevity blend. I know there's an awesome detox blend. Then we mentioned wormwood was in that. What, like for the otherwise healthy individual, what would you recommend in terms of blends for someone to try? And do they take it on a daily basis? Like, how does that work?
Sure. So like next to me, I have the power, which is basically designed, uh, for people that for active, I would call it active people, that go to gym or run or do any kind of like active sports and movement, because there is ginseng, there is more ginseng and cordyceps, and cordyceps is increasing the blood flow, and ginseng is also helping with the physical regeneration, but also with libido and things like that. So we have the power for this, and longevity blend together with detox, I would recommend to anyone. So the longevity would be the go to blend to go for, because it's the most universal one, and we have most customer testimonials that we have with various healings is specifically with this one, combined with the detox.
Interesting.
So yeah, I would go with longevity as the go-to together with detox. And if someone is active, then I would go with the power. And then we have heart flow,
I
that
saw
has,
that.
yes, that has hawthorn in it. So that's great for cardiovascular like optimization, like high blood pressure, cholesterol, or if you sit a lot in the office or anywhere else. So that would be the one I would recommend.
Interesting. And does it matter, Uri, like what time of day someone takes it? Is it best taken on an empty stomach? Should they take it straight from the spoon or mix it in tea? I know there's so many different variations.
Yes, so we definitely recommend taking it every day, because it needs couple of days, and I mean days, weeks, until it starts to do its work in the body, and it has to be on a regular basis. So 1 teaspoon is enough each day, and You can take it directly. You can take it directly. It's sometimes it's bittersweet, but the honey makes it like more sweet than
Yeah. I
bitter.
think it tastes incredible. I always look forward to taking it every day.
Yeah, yeah. Me too. I personally love the power that I just showed, but I'm also like using it. I'm putting it into coffee, uh, which some people don't put like honey into like hot things,
Right.
which I totally get, but I just love it in the coffee, or if you
Yeah.
don't have like a boiling tea, you can put it there. So it I think everyone. So for the I would say if someone wants to be like really precise, then just like eat it directly from the spoon. But if you wanna have more experiential thing, you can put it in a coffee or tea,
Right.
or even in a smoothie, as you mentioned.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And you mentioned so many customers writing reviews about how it's helped with various health ailments. What are some of the most common health ailments that you've seen or you've heard that it's really helped to improve symptoms of?
So the biggest one that we have are the energy levels during the day. Then it's brain fog. Uh, uh, joint pains, uh, but we have quite I would say quite a lot uh, testimonials how it helped during like a chemotherapy, or people that were fighting cancer.
Hmm.
You know, for example, like lung cancer, colon cancer, breast cancer, and it even helped with dogs avoiding surgeries. So yeah, we have like these as well, which is super fulfilling. It's always it's hard to describe. It's you get this feeling of like fulfilling when you get a text message or an email from a family
Right.
member. How they are thankful that it helped. Well, they father or sister or mother or brother with this and that. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's so powerful. I'm so appreciative of everything that this wonderful company is doing. My mom actually, thankfully, has been incorporating it into her daily routine as well. She's been on an oral chemotherapy URI for the past, I want to say like 5 or 6 months.
Mhm.
But you know me, I'm always looking for stuff to integrate into her
Of
routine, and
course.
she's been taking it. I am curious too. Did Daniel ever go back to the original man he spoke with who cured himself of cancer to let him know that he also like he's starting this company and he was inspired by him?
Yeah. Well, uh,
What's the story?
unfortunately, yeah, no, that's a great question, but unfortunately, he died.
Oh.
But it was not because of the cancer. It was sort of strange, tragic incident that a car hit him,
Hmm.
and he died. And Daniel described it to me that it was really strange. He don't know, like, it's not solved yet what happened, how exactly it happened, but he passed away. So he was not able to like share his and our journey of the product.
Wow.
But yeah,
Well, I'm sure he'd be so proud nevertheless. But it's incredible that
definitely.
he was able to connect with him, prior to that. And I am curious too, Uri, like in terms of honey, I know nothing about sourcing honey, but how does that work? Is there a certain like source that, you and Daniel go to for that? Like what are like I guess the proper things to look for in terms of sourcing high quality honey? Like how does that work?
Yes, that's also a great question. So with the quality of honey, the number one thing I would look for is if there are any fields around where the bees are that where pesticides are used,
Hmm.
and GMO crops and all of those, because that's the worst thing what can happen. And I know that it's really rare in the US to get organic honey because of of the pesticides everywhere. But we our our headquarters is in Europe, in Prague, in Central Europe, and we have a really great like a beekeeper that has his bees near woods and fields, and there are no pesticides, no chemicals, like no nothing, like miles away. So this is the most crucial thing, that it's no chemicals are in the honey. And then you can have, I don't know, like raw honey, pasted honey, as we have. Yeah.
What is pasted honey? I was going to ask you because I've never heard that term before.
So if you imagine like peanut butter honey, uh, peanut butter,
That would be a cool combo.
that consistency of peanut butter.
Right.
So that's how a pasted honey looks like and feels like, the consistency.
Okay.
It's so the usual honey you have, sometimes it's clear,
Yes.
and it's quite liquid, sort of.
Yes.
It's dense but still liquid.
Right.
But pasted honey keeps the consistency from top to bottom, and it's more like peanut butter.
Interesting. Yeah. Wyse
It's
is very
more
thick, I've
dense.
noticed. Yeah.
It's more dense. So, and we do that. We do that process so the adaptogenic mushrooms that we put, the extracts that we put in, perfectly blend equally,
Smart.
throughout the
Yeah.
honey.
Very cool. Yes, that's evenly distributed. That makes sense. In the same vein of high quality, right? I mean, certainly here in the US, you always have to be careful with regards to, where you're sourcing your herbs from, right? Because there's a lot of heavy metals in the ground and, soil quality and whatnot. So, in that same vein, too, Uri, like, how do you ensure like high quality sourcing of the the adaptogenic mushrooms, right? That you guys use?
Yeah, sure. So Daniel, when he went to China, he was doing business with China with some other things for more than 10 years, and he had a local Chinese guy helping him with everything.
Mhm.
And one of the tasks for him was to find the best supplier, of adaptogenic mushrooms, and he found uh, like a company that was doing it for more than 100 years. They
Wow.
were doing extracts of adaptogenic mushrooms. So of course, he went to them, and they provide these extracts to Japan, to Canada, for even to pharmaceutical companies, to cosmetic companies. So they have all the certification, for metals and pesticides and all of that. I mean, you just have to do that. You just have to
Yeah.
have that. So that's and he went there. He saw the whole process of how they are doing it. So the first thing was that he saw it with in person, and then he of course we have all the all the papers that show how clean it is. And on top of that, we use the highest potency currently available, which is 25 to 1, the
Mhm.
extraction ratio. So usually
It's 8 to 1, right? The
usually it's
typical.
around 8 to 1. So that means for 1 pound, of extract, you will use 8 pounds of fruiting body, and we only use fruiting body. So
Mhm.
25 to 1 means that to create 1 pound of like super extract, we need to we extract it from 25 pounds.
Wow. That's incredible. That's got to be a fun role too, trying to figure out like, the measurements and which adaptogens to include. I am curious too, Uri, what does the future of Wyse hold? Like, and feel free, like you don't have to share this, but are there any other new products potentially coming to market beyond what's currently available?
Yes. One is like super simple change, and that is that we will introduce smaller jars.
Okay.
That people ask for, mainly because of traveling, because this is
Right.
like 2 pound jar,
Yeah,
and
can't travel with
it
that
is
one.
heavy, and
Yeah.
it is heavy. So it's 32 ounces. So we will introduce 14 ounce jar, but that's like a a bit easier thing to do. But what we will introduce, I'm not sure when this will air, but definitely in sometime in October this year, we will introduce peanut butter with adaptogenic mushrooms.
Very exciting.
Yes. So
is there going to be honey in that too, or just peanut butter and adaptogens?
Just peanut butter flavored with the adaptogenic mushroom extracts, because
Very
we know
cool.
people love it, and we want to provide some healthy,
I love
healthy
that.
alternative.
Yeah, that's great. Honestly, it's all about finding just like daily habits or daily things we consume and integrating healthy things with those, right? Like habit
Yeah.
stacking. So I really love that. Have you tried Four Sigmatic, Uri, the mushroom coffee company?
Yes. They were the first one, that started my journey about like 2 years ago.
Really?
When I started to be interested in adaptogenic mushrooms. So for Sigmatic, then it was mud water
Yeah.
that brought me down the journey.
Oh, I love that. Does Danielle Broida, does that name ring a bell? She was the national educator of Four Sigmatic, and she actually was the first person I ever had on my podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's a friend of mine, but I learned a ton about just functional mushrooms through her. That's her thing.
Yeah.
But I love companies like that. I know there's Ryze, right? RYZE, I think is another one. But yeah, I'm a huge adaptogen enthusiast. I'm so glad that you are in a position that, is fulfilling to you and you're doing so, such good. And I think it's wonderful what you guys are doing. If I ever find myself in Prague, I'll have to give you and Daniel a visit.
Yeah, definitely. You're welcome at any time.
Thank you. Well, we are nearing our time, Uri, but I did want to ask, where can listeners find you? Where can they learn more about Wyse? Any other links you'd like to share that I can include in the episode notes?
Sure. So people can find us on wyseearth.com. That's WYSE Earth, like .com. We have the same Instagram handle. And if someone would like to approach me directly, there's a contact form on the website that goes directly to me if they have any questions about anything. And if this podcast inspired anybody that would like help us to spread the word or test out the products, just happy to know about you.
Awesome. Well, I will be including the links to all of those in the show notes. You guys were also gracious enough to share a discount code with my followers that I'll also be including in the episode notes. So stay tuned for that. But my last question for you, and this is always my favorite one to ask, and that is, what does being well and strong mean to you?
That means to have good relationships and be healthy. That's the basis of life. Because without good relationships and being healthy, the life has no meaning.
So true. Can't agree more. Well, Uri, it was such a pleasure meeting with you. I'm really excited to share this with listeners, and yeah, I'll let you know when it goes live.
Of course. Thank you so much, Jacqueline, for having me.